In May 20, the world held its breath as India and Pakistan teetered on the brink of war. Tensions escalated dramatically after a terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Indian-administered Kashmir, killed 26 tourists. India accused Pakistan of harboring the attackers, while Pakistan vehemently denied any involvement. This incident ignited a fierce exchange of missile strikes and drone attacks, with both nations trading fire for 4 harrowing days. The fear of nuclear conflict loomed large, and it seemed like chaos was inevitable. Then, on May 10th, everything changed. A ceasefire was announced, but the question on everyone's mind was, who orchestrated this sudden peace? The ceasefire came about after a crucial hotline call between the Directors General of Military Operations from both countries. Reports suggest that Pakistan's DGMO initiated the call, signaling a willingness to de-escalate. India quickly agreed, and just like that, the fighting ceased. Airports reopened, and the people of Kashmir began to breathe a little easier. But while both sides claimed credit for the ceasefire, the reality is more complex. Behind the scenes, the United States played a significant role. President Trump took to the podium, declaring that he had prevented a bad nuclear war. His administration, particularly Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, was actively engaged in diplomatic talks. Rubio reached out to Pakistan's army chief, while Vance connected with India's Prime Minister Modi. Their efforts culminated in that pivotal DGMO call. While Pakistan expressed gratitude towards the U.S., India's Foreign Minister Jai Shankar insisted that the ceasefire was a direct agreement between the two nations, dismissing any notion of third-party mediation. However, it's hard to ignore the influence of U.S. pressure in this situation. Even if India won't acknowledge it, the diplomatic nudging from Washington likely played a role in facilitating the ceasefire. But the U.S. wasn't the only player in this drama. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and the UAE also sent mediators to help ease tensions. The UK utilized quiet diplomatic channels, while China's foreign minister urged both sides to remain calm. The G7 even called for maximum restraint, highlighting the global push for peace. Amidst this international effort, Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif acknowledged the contributions of various nations, emphasizing that it was a collective endeavor. Activists like Malala Yousafzai also voiced their concerns, urging both countries to protect civilians caught in the crossfire. Ultimately, the key moment came down to the agreement between the Indian and Pakistani militaries to stand down, facilitated by that critical DGMO call. Now, as the ceasefire holds, albeit precariously, the situation remains tense. India continues to block the Indus Waters Treaty, which Pakistan views as an act of war. Both nations are still flexing their military muscles, with Pakistan promoting its army chief to field marshal. The human cost of this conflict is staggering, with civilian casualties on both sides. Locals in Kashmir express skepticism about the ceasefire, viewing it as a temporary fix rather than a lasting solution. So, who truly deserves credit for halting this conflict? Was it the US, India, Pakistan, or a combination of all involved? The answers are complex, and the road to lasting peace is fraught with challenges. The situation is a reminder of the delicate balance of power in South Asia and the ongoing struggle for stability in a region marked by decades of conflict.